When someone speaks ill of you, remember, it reflects their struggles, not yours. If someone holds prejudice against us, if they think poorly of us and refuse to change their view, whether because of a weakness they see in us or because of something negative they heard about us, what should we do, dear brothers and sisters? Do we continue to live in peace? Do we keep bringing healing through the way we live and love others? Or do we allow their negative thoughts to seep into our hearts, to turn us bitter, to make us victims of their judgment? At the same time, we must ask ourselves another question. How many people in my life am I still holding captive in the past? How many do I still see through the old lenses of hurt instead of the new vision that grace gives? Especially when it comes to our children, our spouses, our brothers and sisters. How often have we frozen them in a moment of weakness, in a word of betrayal, in a mistake they once made? Do we still carry those old wounds toward them? Or do we allow them the freedom to grow? Do we believe in the power of God's grace? That grace can change a heart, can transform a life, even if our eyes have yet to fully see it. Many of us know the pain of being misunderstood. We suffer deeply when others refuse to see that we have changed. Isn't it true, brothers and sisters? So many young people today say, I am so sad. My parents don't believe I've changed. They still see me the way I was 5 or 10 years ago. Even when I come home, they still look at me through the eyes of the past. You failed before. What have you accomplished? What good have you done? Stop talking. We already know who you are. And because of that, we stop believing that we can grow. We stop seeing ourselves as new. But God sees differently. God sees not just where you have been, but where you are going. In life, the words of others can have a profound impact on our emotions and the way we perceive ourselves. However, when someone speaks ill of us, rather than reacting with anger or seeking revenge, we must remember they are revealing the truth about themselves, not about us. This is a powerful reminder that calls us to recognize the value of confidence, forgiveness, and true maturity in the way we treat others. The reflection of the soul. When someone speaks negatively about us, it is not a true reflection of who we are, but rather a limited and often distorted view rooted in their own struggles. Negative words are often projections of the speaker's own flaws, insecurities, or inner conflicts. Protecting self-respect. By refusing to react harshly, we preserve our inner peace. When we remain calm and objective, we do not allow negative words to shake our self-worth or undermine our belief in ourselves. The ability to see clearly. It is crucial to distinguish between constructive criticism and baseless negativity. Words rooted in bitterness offer no real value for our growth, and recognizing this protects our hearts from unnecessary wounds. There are many reasons why some people feel compelled to speak ill of others. Jealousy and insecurity. When people feel inadequate or insecure, they often redirect that discomfort toward others. Speaking negatively gives them a fleeting sense of superiority, but it is fragile and short-lived. A habit of negativity. Some individuals are so accustomed to viewing life through a critical lens that they habitually search for flaws in others to validate their own worldview. This reveals an unhealed, immature soul, one that has yet to learn acceptance and love. Lack of understanding. Often hurtful words stem from misunderstanding or misinformation. When people don't truly know your story or your heart, it's easy for them to form false assumptions and unfair judgments. But instead of letting negative words affect us, we can learn to transform them into valuable lessons, self-reflection, and growth. Ask yourself, is there anything in what they said that could help me grow? If there is, take it as an opportunity to improve. If there isn't, let it go. Those words belong to them, not to you. Preserving inner peace. When facing criticism or slander, respond with calm and wisdom. Overreacting only makes things worse, but silence and serenity, those are signs of strength. A steady heart is not shaken by every passing voice. The power of forgiveness. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning what was said or done. It means letting go of the bitterness so it no longer has power over you. Forgiveness releases positive energy and allows your mind to focus on what truly matters. The beauty, the purpose, and the goodness still present in your life. Because the truth is, hurtful words only have power when we give them permission to take root. But a heart grounded in truth, in grace, and in love, that heart cannot be shaken by the noise of the world. Impact on mood and self-confidence. When we are slandered or gossiped about, it often shakes our confidence and makes us question our worth. This doesn't just affect our personal lives, it can damage our relationships and isolate us from others. Creating negative relationships. Reacting harshly to hurtful words may lead to unnecessary conflict, strained relationships, and missed opportunities for connection and growth. Instead, if we learn to regulate our emotions, even harsh words can become lessons for us. Developing confidence and self-worth. When we understand that we are not defined by someone else's opinion, we begin to feel stronger, freer, and more secure in who we truly are. Fostering healthy relationships. Those who stay calm and unshaken by negativity are often respected and loved because they show emotional maturity and a compassionate heart. Hurtful words are not just expressions of someone else's emotions. They are opportunities for us to look more deeply within. Objective self-evaluation. Sometimes criticism, if we listen with discernment, can offer new perspectives. But more importantly, we must learn to distinguish between words that carry truth and those that carry only poison. Learning to live unmoved by judgment. The path to inner freedom is learning to accept that everyone sees the world differently. No one sees the full picture, and no one, not even our harshest critic, gets to define our worth. We must learn to stand firmly in the truth of who we are and trust in the unique value God has placed within us. Cultivating a spacious heart. When we understand that negative words are often just echoes of someone else's insecurity, we learn to be more generous, more forgiving, and more loving. The very qualities that lead us to a life of peace and true happiness. Instead of being swept away by the storm of criticism, let us use those moments as opportunities to reflect on ourselves, to practice forgiveness, and to live in a way that nourishes the soul. Someone who spends their time putting others down isn't doing it because they're stronger, but because they're trying to hide their own weakness. Gossip never makes anyone great. It only turns them into a mirror reflecting their own insecurity and envy. When they laugh at your failures, it's because they're afraid you might succeed. When they obsess over your life, it's because they're dissatisfied with their own. When they make up lies about you, it's because the truth about them is far too ordinary. Remember this: those who speak ill of you are never standing above you. People who are truly grounded have no interest in tearing others down. They're too busy building, creating, and growing. So don't react. Don't argue. Don't let it disturb your peace. Stay silent. Keep walking. Each time we encounter slander or harsh judgment, remember this: it is not a verdict about who we are. It is a revelation of the speaker's own wounds, fears, and incompleteness. With confidence, compassion, and clarity, we can rise above the noise, hold firm to our sense of worth, and keep walking toward all that is good, true, and beautiful. And in doing so, we become not only stronger, but also a source of light for others, a presence of calm in the chaos, a builder of a community where love, respect, and understanding can take root. Let us pray. Lord, help us to see others with mercy. Teach us to release the past from our eyes so that we may see one another as you see us, not as who we were, but as who we are becoming in your grace. Give us the courage to face the judgments of others without fear, knowing that even you, Jesus, were misunderstood, rejected, and spoken against. And yet you chose not bitterness, but love. May we not be victims of others' prejudice, but instead may we receive you, Lord. May we rest in your grace and trust that you are here right now, opening our hearts toward a future shaped by your kindness and mercy.